Hello, everyone. Welcome in today as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to take on the Houston Texans at NRG Stadium in Houston. This is our final preseason game, and the Bucs need to figure out who their starter is going to be rolling into the season. Whether it's going to be Jimmy Garoppolo, whether it's going to be Clayton Tune, it's probably not going to be Kyle Trask. So this kick is away, and the Buccaneers are going to start on defense today. As this is a nice kick return from the Texans, we see Bryce Young coming out onto the field as he was their draft pick at number 2 overall, as I think's possibly going to happen in real life. CJ Stroud's probably going to end up being a Panther. So, Bryce Young dropping back to pass here on 1st and 10. He hits a nicely open man here for a nice gain and a Texans first down to open up today. Dameon Pierce gets the carry, and look at that stiff arm. What a play. The Bucs defense rallies and takes him down for just a gain of 3 as Bryce Young passes it again here. He hits his tight end. That's a first down, but look at that. He fumbles the ball, and that is picked up by Eli Ricks, giving the Buccaneers the ball and a first down. So here comes Jimmy Garoppolo out onto the field here for his first drive of the game. He's going to hand it off to newly acquired running back A.J. Dillon, who powers forward for 7 yards. On 2nd and 3, he hands it off to A.J. Dillon again, and look at that run. He picks up another big play. That one goes for about 9. 1st and 10, the Bucs take over, but there is movement by the Texans here on the D line. That's going to set us up with a nice first down situation here as we try to get this drive going. Jimmy here in the gun on 2nd and 8. He's going to hand it off to Rachaad White, and he gets taken down. What a run. That'll set us up with a nice short 3rd down situation here. It's up a 3rd and 2. A.J. Dillon in the game. He gets the carry on this short yardage situation. He fights ahead getting a first down. He's shown what kind of addition he could be so far today. We needed a back like that we can trust. And this is play action on 1st and 10. Jimmy G checks it down. He has Cade Otton over the middle here for a gain of 7. It is 2nd and 3, and Jimmy G is just going to hand it off to A.J. Dillon, and look at him fight ahead. He gets us up with a 1st and goal. What a run, A.J. Jimmy Garoppolo, once again, A.J. Dillon, he fights and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Bucs. They take a lead here in the preseason. A.J. Dillon showing why we traded for him. What a drive. So, the Texans take over with the Bucs up 7-0 here in the first quarter. Dameon Pierce gets the carry on this next drive, and look at that stiff arm. He really threw Troy Pride Jr. to the ground. It is 1st and 10 for the Texans. They're going to send a man in motion, and Dameon Pierce gets another carry. And look at that gap, and he jukes a guy out. He gets taken down. That was a huge play. Back to pass here is Bryce Young, and he throws it over the middle, and he has a man wide open. First down, Texans. They're moving the ball pretty easily here today so far against this Bucs defense. Bryce Young back to pass. He had a little pressure in his face. What a play by Shaq Barrett swatting that one down. Bryce Young again back to pass. He's looking around in that pocket, and Vita Vea gets him for the sack. What a play by the big man. We love Vita Vea. So that stops them. They're going to end up having to kick this field goal as it is up and no good. It hits the crossbar. Texans miss. Bucs take over. Jimmy Garoppolo in the gun here to open this drive, and he throws it to Mike Evans. That's a 7-yard play on 1st down. On 3rd and 1, A.J. Dillon gets the carry and fights ahead. That's a first down for the Buccaneers. He's looking like a fantastic addition to this team. 2nd and 9, and Garoppolo hands it off to Rachaad White, who cuts to the outside. That was a nice run. It is now 3rd and 3 for the Buccaneers as Jimmy Garoppolo hands it off to A.J. Dillon, but he gets stuffed on this drive. So that brings out Jake Moody on the field goal attempt, and he just sneaks that one inside of the left upright for the Buccaneers. Bryce Young is back in the gun here. He's going to send a man in motion. And he's going to hand that off to Dameon Pierce, who stiff arms Will Golston to the ground. He picks up 9 yards. So here we are, 2nd and 1. It's handed off to Dameon Pierce, who gets enough for a first down before being taken down by Levante David. 1st and 10, Bryce Young back to pass. He has a completion out to his tight end for about a gain of 7, taken down by Brian Branch. And as they show our draft class here, you can see who's on the team. It's not a very deep draft class, but we expect an impact from the top. As Bryce Young's back to pass again on 2nd and 5, and he's going deep. He's got Paris Campbell down the sideline, out of bounds at the 2-yard line. What a play for the Texans. It's handed off, but Dameon Pierce on first and goal, and he powers his way in. Touchdown, Houston. A.J. Dillon taking the field here. Look at his stats. They are fantastic so far. We needed that. Jimmy G back to pass. This is 2nd and 9. He's going to hit Mike Evans short over the middle, who's going to attempt to break a tackle and pick up 9 yards. We need Mike to have a huge day for us. Jimmy G back to pass on this 3rd and 1, and he is almost intercepted, but that's completed. Mike Evans with a tough reception on that play for a Bucks first down. What a play by Mike. And Jimmy G's back to pass again here on 1st and 10, and he finds Chris Godwin. Following a first down play, it's 2nd and 9 here. Jimmy G's going to throw it out quick to Russell Gage. He's going to take that one for about 9 yards, setting up a 3rd and 1. We're going to go ahead and send Cam Brate in motion here. Jimmy G under center. He hands it off. A.J. Dillon to the right. He powers ahead. Gets us down to about the 29-yard line, giving the Bucks another first down on this drive. Jimmy G again under center. Looks like we're going to send Cam Brate in motion, but this time it's play action off of it. And Jimmy G has a wide open Cade Otton on the sideline for another Buccaneers first down. They appear to be driving here into the red zone. Jimmy G's going to hand it off to Rachaad White here on 1st and 10. He breaks a tackle and picks up about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 here. Keyshawn Vaughn checks into the game. And Jimmy G's going to hand it off to him as he fights and cannot pick up much, setting up a 3rd and 5 here. Jimmy G's back to pass on 3rd and 5, and look at that pressure comes in and takes him down. He is sacked by Myles Murphy. So Jake Moody attempts this short field goal, putting the Bucks up 13-7 at this point. The Texans take over here with 1st and 10. Dameon Pierce gets hit and wrapped up by Will Golston and Shaq Barrett for no gain. So on 2nd and 10, underneath center is Bryce Young. He does a drop. He has some pressure, and they are going to get to him. Eli Ricks takes down Bryce Young on the play. Great sack by the corner. Bryce Young back to pass. This is a 3rd and 24, and he gets that pass away. Paris Campbell has nowhere to go, though. Eli Ricks takes him down, ending this drive. So, here comes Jimmy G out onto the field. What can he do with this drive? We have 3.5 minutes. He's going to hand it off to A.J. Dillon on the first play. He gets wrapped up for just a gain of 3. Back to pass is Garoppolo, and that's almost picked, but it ends up being completed to Cade Otton. Back to pass here on a 1st and 10. He has a wide open Chris Godwin across the middle. The Bucks are moving the ball pretty easily on this drive. Everything's going pretty smoothly so far. Godwin here celebrating. They're about the 25-yard line. Garoppolo back to pass. That snap was a little off, but he hits Russell Gage, who spins and picks up 9 on the play. What a catch. What a play by Russell Gage. Rachaad White gets the carry on 2nd and inches. He gains just enough to get the Bucks a first down. So Garoppolo's back to pass with a 1st and 10, and he's going to go to Mike Evans, who gets wrapped up and brought down at the 1-yard line. 1 yard away from a touchdown for the Bucks. A.J. Dillon in the backfield. You can bet they're probably going to go to him on this. And they do. He's going to fight. He has the whole Texans defense around him. No chance he got in. So are they going to go to the well a second time in a row? It sure looks like it. This time A.J. Dillon cuts back and jumps over a guy. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Fire them cannons, boys. So, after pretty much nothing happening here the rest of the way, they go into halftime. It's 20-7, Buccaneers leading. They have been pretty much dominant all day. Their offense was impressive, and I think Jimmy G pretty much locked his spot. So this was our upgrade from the beginning in our halftime report. Kyle Trask is going to be upgraded here. We're going to go ahead and do a strong arm upgrade here for Kyle Trask. You'll see it here in a second. And his upgrade comes through. He gets 3 ratings, 1 break sack, 1 throw accuracy mid, and 2 throw under pressure. I was hoping for arm strength. He really needs it. And that's just kind of a look at his player card here. It's 84 throw power is really the problem. I want to get that up. I think that's what really hurt him in this competition. He had no way of standing out with such a weak arm and just kind of overall lackluster skills. So we're getting ready to open up the second half here. This is our next gen stats. It just shows what we did. And the Texans are going to go ahead and boot this away to the Buccaneers. And Jimmy G will likely take the field, even though I believe he's pretty much already locked up the starting job at this point. So he's going to step onto the field here. Like I said, I just think he was our best option. So it's 1st and 10. We're going to hand it off to A.J. Dillon. He really had nowhere to go on that play. But, you know, we got to show the opening drive here a little bit. So it's 3rd and 8 now. Garoppolo's forced to try to convert a 3rd and long. He is back to pass. He's going to throw it short to Mike Evans, and he's going to get us up to about the 40-yard line with an excellent reception. He was wide open on that play. Garoppolo then hands it off to A.J. Dillon on first down. I think he cut the wrong way on that. But the big thing to take away from this is Chris Godwin got hurt on this play. That puts a scare in us, and we'll find out more about his injury later. But, spoiler, I don't think it was too bad, but we really were worried about it in the moment. So A.J. Dillon gets a carry on the next play. He goes nowhere. They stuff him, setting up a 3rd and 5. Garoppolo runs a little bit of play action, and he hit Mike Evans. Did he get that first down? No, he did not. He came back across the line. It's a 4th and 2, and the Bucs are going to go for it. A.J. Dillon fights, powers ahead, first down, Buccaneers. Garoppolo hands it off to Rachaad White, and that is a pretty nice run with a good cutback, setting us up with a 2nd and short here. Garoppolo again in the gun, hands it off to Rachaad White, who cuts it out. He had a pretty good day on the ground. I think he's still going to kind of lead the way a little bit, even though we got A.J. Dillon. He started hot. He cooled down the stretch, though. As you can see, he gets a carry here. If he hadn't have juked, he had more yards ahead of him. But on that, starting left guard Forrest Lamp goes down. So we're going to have to rely upon probably having somebody else out there. And on 3rd down, that pass was dropped by Russell Gage and some tight coverage by Derek Stingley. Moody gets this kick up, and he drills it right down the middle. So the Texans are going to take over here. Bryce Young coming out in the field, trailing 23-7 here in the 3rd quarter. He's going to go ahead and hand it off. Dameon Pierce has a gap right up the middle. He gets about 6 yards on that play. In the pistol formation, Dameon Pierce getting another carry on 2nd down. That's now a 1st down for the Texans. Can this Bucs defense step up? Bryce Young throws a pass here. He was just inaccurate on that play. It brings up a 3rd and 9 as he is passing again. He had the 1st down, but that was dropped by Dameon Pierce, luckily stopping them on this drive. And that ended Jimmy G's day on that last drive. Clayton Tune came in. He handed it off to Mitchell on that. He had nowhere to go. That's 2nd and 8. Clayton Tune in the gun again, back to pass. He checked it down. Seth Williams dropped it. He had a tough day out there playing receiver today. And here we are, 3rd and 8. That pass was completed, but it's going to set up a 4th and inches. Nice catch by Dylan Stoner. They're going to go for it. And look at this. Clayton Tune just runs a little QB sneak. 1st down, Buccaneers. And that was straight out of kind of the Jalen Hurts playbook. Tune hands it off to Mitchell here. And look at this. He had a gap. Nice run. Gain of 8 on the play. Tune is back to pass here. He has a check down. That is almost intercepted, though. That could have been disastrous. 3rd and 2, he throws that pass out to Isaiah Zuber, who gets 3 and a Buccaneers 1st down. They're driving the ball again here. And Tune is back to pass again on 2nd and 8. And that, they call DPI on that. That was a little bit suspect if you ask me, but the Buccaneers will take it. That'll set him up here with another 1st down. Stingley clearly wasn't happy with that. Clayton Tune in the gun, hands it off to Mitchell. He has nowhere to go. He gets stuffed up. No gain on that play. 5 wide, Clayton Tune back to pass. He hits it. Isaiah Zuber, 1st down, Buccaneers. What a play. He did pretty well here in his reps in this game. Clayton Tune throws it short. That's Dylan Stoner for no gain. Clayton Tune, that's another quick screen out there, and that is Derek Stingley blowing that play up. So 5 wide here on a 3rd and 13. Clayton Tune is back to pass. He throws it short of the sticks, but that's dropped by O'Keefe anyway. That's going to bring out the field goal unit here to open up the 4th quarter. That kick is up and drilled by Moody. We take a 26-7 lead in the very beginning of the 4th quarter. And Davis Mills checks into the games for the Texans here. And that is a long release by him, but that's a completion. 2nd and 5 for the Texans. They have Evan Hull in the backfield, back to pass. He throws it out there. He has another man wide open, but he couldn't get his feet down, so that sets up a 3rd and 5. It doesn't matter. He gets it on the next play. 1st down, Texans. This drive has them moving a little bit. Davis Mills back to pass on 1st and 10. He checks it down to Evan Hull, who does pretty good out of the backfield. He picks up 7 yards on that play. Nobody beside him. That's a pass out there. Wide open completion on the sideline for Davis Mills. The Texans are marching. That's John Mechie returning from cancer. So in the gun, 5 wide, back to pass Davis Mills. He has a man. Evan Hull is running back, wide open again across the middle. And he goes down at the 17-yard line. 1st down, Texans. They need to score on this drive if they want to keep their hopes alive. Davis Mills, another quick pass that's been working for him on this drive. That was Nico Collins for 5. underneath center this time with Evan Hall in the backfield with a little offset eye here. And he's going to hand it off to Evan Hall. And look at this gap on the sideline. Touchdown, Texans. They narrow this gap here. It's going to end up being 26-14 as Clayton Tune takes the field for another drive. This offense really only needs to get one more score to probably close this game out, specifically a touchdown. That's handed off to Mitchell. He had nowhere. That's 2nd and 9. Back to pass, Clayton Tune. He throws that one up deep, and that is a wonderful play by that Texans corner right there. Back to pass is Clayton Tune on 3rd and 9. He was way off on that pass. That wasn't in the area code. And for some reason, the Bucs decided to go for it here. I hate the decision, and you're going to hate it even more after you see Derek Stingley pick it off. One-on-one, Keyshawn Vaughn can't bring him down. Dylan Stoner misses that tackle. Touchdown, Derek Stingley Jr., bringing this gap down to just 5. 26-21, Clayton Tune remains in the game. He throws it over there to Dylan Stoner, but he was completely inaccurate. Stoner had his man beat. 2nd and 15 following a penalty. Tune, he throws that one out there, and he is again inaccurate to Dylan Stoner. And backup tackle Brandon Walton got hurt on that play. Tune is back to pass. He is looking again. That is Stoner, who made a phenomenal catch. And look at that play to get to the marker. First down, Buccaneers. He really wants to make this team. Clayton Tune hands it off to Rachaad White, who cuts back towards the middle. He only picked up 3. And as you can see, Brandon Walton's okay. He'll return to the game. 3rd and 6. Back to pass is Clayton Tune. He hits McGowan here for a first down, setting the Buccaneers up with excellent field position right around midfield. They are starting to drain the clock here. Tune hands it off to Mitchell. He had nowhere to go. That was blown up in the backfield by Kirksey. They are still draining the clock, and that's another carry for Mitchell, and he had nowhere to go again. This Texans defense is stepping up and stopping the run. 3rd and 7. Tune gets hit, taken down on the play. That is going to end this drive and give the Texans a chance to take control of this game for the first time all day. They are going to hand it off to Nico Collins. He had nowhere to go on that play. Devin White was out on the field. Don't really know why. The back to pass here, Davis Mills. That is dropped. That is exactly what the Buccaneers need. 3rd and 11 now. Mills is passing the ball again, as you'd expect. He just checks it down, and their guy breaks that first tackle, but he had nowhere to go. This drive's over. Kyle Trask enters, trying to salt this game away with 2.5 minutes left or so. He hands it off to Mitchell, who has nowhere to go. It's 2nd and 9. Trask just can't make any mistakes on this. He has to just keep control of the ball. And they're draining their clock down. 2 minutes or so left in this game. They're going to send a man in motion. This will be the last play before the 2-minute warning, that's for sure. Trask hands it off to Mitchell on 2nd and 9. He has nowhere to go. He's blown up. 2-minute warning. Bucs just need to kill the clock. Trask passing on 3rd and 8. He throws it deep. That could have been picked off. He underthrew that one. He would have had his man deep. And the Bucs get aggressive and go for it. And that one is incomplete into coverage across the middle, setting the Texans up with fantastic field position. If this wasn't the preseason, they don't go for that. But they figured, why not get Trask another rep? Davis Mills has to throw it away here on first down. Bucs couldn't generate any pressure at all. Davis Mills again, back to pass. He's looking. He has all day. Nobody getting around him. He is going to chuck it up there deep, and he has a man wide open who breaks 2 tackles. He eventually gets taken down at the 1-yard line. So this right here is going to be Davis Mills on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Texans. They take the lead for the first time all day. That is John Mechie III getting into the end zone on the 2-point conversion. Evan Hall gets stonewalled by Tui Palutu. He will not convert the 2-point conversion. So all Kyle Trask and the Buccaneers have to do is score a field goal. Trask sends Mitchell out to motion here to the right. He is draining the clock a little bit for some reason. He is dropping back. He throws it short to Cam Brate. They need to get moving here as this time clock's starting to run out on him a little bit here. Trask throws this one over there. He is able to hit O'Keefe. That's a first down. Bucs used their second timeout. Trask with 5 wide now. He is back to pass. He throws it wildly inaccurate. He had Tompkins wide open on that play. Here he goes again. That one into coverage, but that's a first down to McGowan. They are driving. They are getting themselves set up in field position just like they should be. He is back to pass again. This time he slides to the left. That is intercepted again by Derek Stingley. However, there is a penalty on this play. We will have to see what happened. Now we wait for the call to see what this flag is as Stingley's celebrating. We don't know if this is going to hold up or not, and it looks like it's on the Texans. They appear to be mad as it is going to be called roughing the passer. That will set the Buccaneers up with 9 seconds left in excellent field goal position. Kyle Trask is going to throw one more ball. He gets it over the middle. It is dropped by Baker. So out comes Moody for a very long field goal attempt. He is going to line up for about a 5-yard field goal or so to win this game. He kicks it up and he is wide right. He could not sneak that one in. Buccaneers are going to end up dropping this game to Houston by 1, 27-26, despite leading almost all day in this game. And you know what? That was mostly on our backups anyway. It's not like they were stopping us at all. So backups coming out there, sometimes it changes the game plan, and it's preseason, so you just want to see what they can do. So, you know what? We're not too mad about the loss. We wish Moody would have really been able to hit that kick. You look at some of the stats and stuff. We didn't have the greatest day yards-wise, but it was overall pretty good. We lose by 1, which is pretty unfortunate. Now, I'm going to show off stats. As I said, Jimmy G wins the starting job. And you know what? The backups kind of struggled. Jimmy G struggled. So in footage, I lost, which is why this episode took so long to come out. We signed another quarterback in Carson Wentz. He is not going to start to open the season. However, he will assume the backup duty. And as long as we're in playoff contention, he might see himself get on the field if Jimmy G really struggles. As far as the ground game goes, A.J. Dillon had a strong first half. They really cooled him down in the second half. His yards per carry dropped to about 3.8. Rashad White was up at 4 yards per carry, so he's definitely still going to have a big role. He's been good in the preseason. Mike Evans came up pretty big for us, and Cade Otton. Nobody else really stood out. Dylan Stoner is somebody that I'm really intrigued by. I don't know if he is going to end up making the active roster or not. I did do roster cuts in the lost footage, so if I'm being honest, as I'm doing this commentary right now, I can't remember if he made the team. So I will have to look at the franchise file and see. But overall, I mean, I'm pretty happy with how this preseason went, other than that Patriots loss. I'm still learning a lot. I'm not real used to this yet, and I'm still getting comfortable with Madden. So I'm sure Season 1's going to be a little up and down, partially on me, partially on the players. We don't have a great quarterback, so that's not going to help my situation out at all, trying to learn and get comfortable playing this game again. But I'm going to do my best to try to get better. Hopefully it's only the early part of the season that we struggle. I'm talking through these stats instead of talking about them because I lost a lot of footage, and right now I'm going to try to piece together what I do have in order to get the first and second game out. Hopefully I can save a lot of it. It's kind of up in the air right now, but because I already started it, I don't want to give up on it and start a new file. So hopefully I can make it work. Hopefully you guys don't mind. Rashad White's going to get an upgrade here, as you can see. He's getting an elusive back upgrade, and he gets 4 attributes increased: agility, awareness, ball carrier vision, and spin moves. So this is LDJ11 Gaming thanking you for watching the episode today. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.
And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it.